Welcome back to Face the Nation. The question we're asking, the Telangana syndrome, will it now open a Pandora's box of lots of new states? Carry on with your voting. We'll carry on with our discussion. Ajit Singh, the criticism could be made that you are only espousing the cause of Harit Pradesh because you want to be chief minister. You are guided only by political ambition.
See, the reason for division of UP should be administrative convenience, economic viability, cultural and linguistic affinity, and development needs.
No, are you guided by political ambition?
Is not the question. And I want Bundelkhand also. I want Purvanchal also. I am favoring Telangana also. I have been agitating for Vidarbha also. Am I going to be chief minister of all these states? You don't decide these issues on that basis.
So what then is the rationale? No, then give us the rationale. What then is the reason why you think that by getting Harit Pradesh...
Consider these, Sagarika, consider these four factors: administrative convenience, economic viability, cultural, linguistic affinity, and development needs.
Okay, that's a good point. You're saying that basically...
On that basis, UP should be divided.
Okay, so in a huge state like UP...
Because Purvanchal has different problems, Bundelkhand has different problems, Western UP has different problems, their culture, their language is different. And then, of course, the ease of governance, as I said, people going to 700 kilometers.
Ease of governance. That's a very good point, actually. The UP is just too big a state, perhaps, for people to get access to the chief minister. Manish Tewari, would that be another criteria, perhaps, to allow for lots more states? Accessibility of people to centers of power.
Sagarika, allow me to go back to the point I was making earlier. I don't think it's a question of small states qua big states. Question is about the efficacy of delivery mechanisms. If you look at it in terms of foreign direct investment, Tamil Nadu, which is a big state, still comes out on top. Karnataka, which is an equally big state, is still coming out on top. If you look at it in terms of other developmental indices, you have states like Maharashtra which are doing well. So I don't think that small essentially is beautiful. I think ultimately what it boils down to is how sensitive is the political class,
there's no guarantee
how
of that.
Well rationalized.
Right, and Ajit Singh, there's no guarantee of that. I mean, just by becoming a state, there is no guarantee that the state leadership will be sensitive to the people there.
There is no guarantee. But the development is, there is more possibility of development because there is more interaction between the governed and the governors. Those people who are ruling and those people who are being ruled should have a dialogue. In such a state like UP, it's just not possible.
But then, can this be done by blackmail? That's the other thing. I mean, you are now going on, the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha is now going on strike. Chandrasekhar Rao went on hunger strike. Can these demands be pushed on the central government by holding a gun to the central government's head, saying, unless you concede this demand, I'm going to die? Is that the right way to push for these demands?
Sagarika, going on hunger strike is not pressure tactics. It is, in fact, it was something which Mahatma Gandhi followed, and subsequently every agitation people have followed.
Why didn't they listen to the cane farmers before they invaded the capital? Why didn't they create Andhra Pradesh before that Sirumelu guy died on hunger strike? Why did they didn't discuss Telangana before KCR went on a hunger strike?
That's a good point, Manish Tewari.
Why didn't they consider Gujarat? Why didn't they create Uttarakhand or discuss it before Rampur Tiraha took place? Why did they wait to divide Punjab until Sant Fateh Singh and some other people went on a hunger strike? Absolutely. So the government is sending a message. You do some torpor, you do something, you go on a hunger strike, you create a scare of lawlessness, then government will listen to you.
Manish Tewari?
Sagarika, may I respond to that?
Please.
The contra-argument to that is contained in Mr. Ajit Singh's own assertion. Punjab did not get conceded because of Sant Fateh Singh's fast. In fact, the fast ended somewhere in 1961 or something, which also he called it off voluntarily, and Punjab came into existence in 1966. Similarly, you had Uttarakhand coming into existence and Chhattisgarh coming into existence and Jharkhand coming into existence through a resolution of those state assemblies. So therefore, the path which Mr. Ajit Singh is advocating, very covertly subterfuged in his argument, is not the path that you need to follow in a democratic polity. The method of doing it is through discussion, through debate, through rationally putting your point forth, of making out a case of viability based upon a number of imperatives which go in as inputs.